So this was really annoying. With the Mad Scientist mug monitor, the temperature sensors arrived earlier in the week, so I wired one up here, and I turned it on, and it just gave garbage on the display, like about 40 degrees, and it didn't really change whether you heated the temperature sensor up or not. I then realised I'd probably wired it wrong, so I took the box apart again, which is annoying because it's such a crammed together thing, and risk breaking things. And I think I thought the problem was that the supply voltage wire, the white wire, instead of wiring it to 5 volts, I'd wired it to the 3.3 volts, which didn't matter when I had the dummy potentiometer on there. But it was I thought it was insufficient to drive the temperature sensor. So I hacked it all apart and changed the wiring. Here it is. I hadn't got around to heat shrinking it yet. And it made absolutely no difference. So I then took another of the temperature sensors, because I bought these in a pack of 10. They were right bargain, I thought, on eBay. 10 for the price of that you'd normally pay for one. So I took another one, and I built the circuit on a breadboard again as I had originally, but I'd taken it all apart in the meantime. Here's my recreated breadboard circuit. I haven't bothered with a lot of the stuff. I've just got the Arduino, the display and the temperature sensor. I'm not worried about the set points and things. So if I power that up, and this is one of the first temperature sensors I got, the display should come on after a couple of seconds after it's warmed up, or I might need to press the reset. You can see the temperature on here is reading about 0, whereas before, when I was trying on my proper one, it was reading about 40, and I did get it reading, there you go, and you wiggle it around a bit and it does funny things like goes up to 40, but generally it's around 0. So I thought, what on earth is going on here? There you go, it's just stupid. So I then took a 9-volt battery and just put the temperature sensor across it, because the outer leads are the power and the ground. So I put those between the 9 volts, which is well in specification for the power supply, and the 0 volts around the right way, and then used a meter to measure on the middle pin the output, and it was just silly again. It was like giving 7 volts or something, which is well out of range, because it's supposed to be 10 millivolts per degree C, so expecting a few hundreds of millivolts. So I was getting really suspicious by this time, and also the body of the thing was getting red hot, which I thought, this is not right. So then I did a bit of a web search and found out that it's quite common to get fake temperature sensors of this type on eBay. Because they're in a transistor package, basically a transistor like this would cost a few pence, whereas a temperature sensor sells for like a couple of quid, or it does at full price. I didn't pay that for these. Also, I should have been suspicious because it said it's dispatched from London, but it arrived in a jiffy bag that had come directly from China, which is always a bit annoying on eBay. It sometimes happens, but it's a bit of a con. And it was saying online that they were probably actually either transistors or reject transistors, or even just nothing, or just a plastic case with nothing inside. So I then resurrected an old analog multimeter I've got that I don't usually use, which has a transistor tester on it, and we'll try plugging it into that and see what happens. So this is a very old Maplin thing, and it's really, I don't use it much anymore. I've got a digital one, but it doesn't have a transistor checker on it. And we can see I plugged the fake temperature sensor in here. At least I hope I've plugged a fake one in and not the good one I've got now, and it says it's a transistor, whereas if it was something like a temperature sensor, it probably wouldn't pass that test. So that sort of proves that it's not what it says it is. I'm not really an electronic person, so I can't do any more detailed tests on it, but there you go, a fake temperature sensor, very annoying, and it could even damage the circuit potentially that you wire it into. I've now reordered the temperature sensors on eBay, and they arrived today. So I haven't been such a cheapskate this time, and I just bought 2 for about the price of the 10 before. And it said they were genuine Texas Instruments, so I thought hopefully they wouldn't be fake this time. So 2 arrived, and I've plugged one into the breadboard circuit, and now it's reading about 17 degrees, which is probably reasonably right for the room. I would have thought it had been slightly hotter than that, but hey. And then you can see if I blow on it, it goes up, the temperature. So it looks pretty promising. So I guess the thing is, I've probably been quite lucky before, like buying Arduinos and things that have come from China, and they've all been fine. But this time I got caught out by these dodgy cheap temperature sensors, and they're not what they're supposed to be. So thanks for watching.